They'll also have the wind at their backs in the second half. Garucio's cross. It was a great run. Down the left-hand side, Leonard with Wallity. Well, that's a good ball for Thurgate. He tries to cut back, Danzaki arriving. They don't need to wait to the last 15 minutes today. They're ahead in the 16th. Riku Danzaki's second goal of the season after that penalty against Auckland set the tone for their biggest win of the campaign. He's fired them in front here on home soil.
Getting forward and then winning the ball back, it was Leonard. Wallity played that ball right into Thurgate, making that dangerous run. And who else was dangerous? Riku Danzaki at the far post on the Harvey Norman replay. You couldn't miss from there. And it's a great start to their game. Really opened up the defending line of the Newcastle Jets, and great work from the right-hand side. Riku Danzaki gets the opener here.
Justifying his return to the starting 11 after starting on the bench. In mind now for Dylan Leonard, the 17-year-old. With Garucio. Garucio gets space to cross again, and Botic is there. It's a brilliant ball inviting the header. And Noah Botic, cool as you like, from 6 yards out into the top corner. Western United 2, Newcastle Jets 0.
Getting high, wide, and onside. The Harvey Norman replay. What a ball in from the left back. And it didn't require a lot of work from Noah Botic. Just make the run, get in there. I'll find you. But he burst through bodies, Noah Botic. And they've taken a 2-0 lead, but the ball in from Garucio. It's magnificent, brilliance. Botic, it's 2-0.
And it's going to be a long way back now for Newcastle. Disappointment for Ryan Scott. Joy for Benny Garuccio. Dobson turned into Garuccio. Timmins gets a couple of bites at the cherry, but it's Bozanovski that comes away with it now. Botic coming deep. He's got Danzaki outside. Oh, Noah Botic! How about that? Well, that is an absolute exocet missile into the top corner. In their place by Noah Botic.
Picked that one out on the Harvey Norman replay. It was all about the body shape to turn himself and go forward with the football. We talked about him having great technical ability in the first half with the left foot. This one's with the right foot. And Botic makes another big play, and he absolutely blows everybody away with that finish. That's big time from Noah Botic. It's 3-0 to Western United.
Another couple, and they will start to get in the conversation of their biggest wins, but we're not there yet. Dobson's pass for Lockie Rose, and the Jets do have a goal back. And were we a little too premature in putting this game to bed? Off the bench to give his side some hope.
That was great work from Dobson there, just to hold up and be centred enough to play in Lockie Rose. On the Harvey Norman replay, you can see the influence Lockie Rose has whenever he enters a game. Just makes himself a nuisance, and was really stirring things up communication-wise between Imai and Sutton. And that's all it takes. Good strikers, they hang around, they wait, and they got a scrap there. Lockie Rose gets one back for Newcastle.
And Theoharis. 4 in the box for the Mariners. Theoharis can make an angle. Broke kindly for Eames. Slung in now by Nathan Paul. Might drop the way of Alu Kwal. That's a great finish. Got a second bite at the cherry. It's only his 3rd goal of the season, and all 3 have come against the 2 big Sydney clubs. Mariners 1-0.
It was kept alive on the Harvey Norman replay by De Lima, and the ball goes in, he fights well, doesn't quite get the luck on the first contact. You see here as the ball comes in, it's blocked well on the first, but he reacts quickest and he finishes across Lawrence Thomas. That's a great finish into the bottom corner. Great reactions, gets the second bite of the apple, and he takes it with glee.
Low and hard across the keeper. Whole crowd of players in the 6-yard box. And Alu Quall got there ahead, all of them. And Sainsbury claiming the goal, but not given. Still alive for Docker. And Edmondson does score. And that might be enough for the Central Coast Mariners. It's his first goal since scoring in the grand final against Melbourne Victory last season. And the Mariners have a big chance of a big 3 points in Parramatta.
He gave the Mariners enough opportunities on the Harvey Norman replay. First, it was Alu Quall. Trent Sainsbury had a chance that was cleared off the line, and then it's a wonderfully clipped-in ball. And Edmondson, free as a bird, 6 yards out, puts it away. You see 2 opportunities there for the Mariners. Docker just hangs it in the air, really, doesn't he? And Edmondson is just free to put it where he likes. He chooses the bottom corner, and there's nothing Lawrence Thomas could do about that one. And we said that goals would come, but we didn't know where. Well, the Mariners have given us something to talk about.
Simmons. Good turn. Sapsford. Is this the moment? Back heel didn't quite work out for Borello. Back out with Mata. Good ball. There's the goal. James Temelkovski. A maiden A-League goal for the off-season signing for Marconi Stallions. And now, perhaps, we have a game on our hands for the last 5 minutes or so. The Wanderers on the board. What a ball by Mata.
Well, on the Harvey Norman replay, you said it, Simon. What a ball by Juan Mata. Plenty of bodies in the box. He just pulls it back onto that trusty left foot and picks out Temelkovski with a delightful ball. He just drifted off the shoulder of Trent Sainsbury and guides it away.
There's a scramble of bodies in there. And now the chase is on, and Mikael Docker's away. Simmons trying to catch him. Mikael Docker to finish it for the Mariners. Around the keeper. Game over. Mikael Docker's first A-League goal of the season. With just a couple of minutes left. And after all that panic, all that pandemonium in their own penalty box, they've gone up the other end.
On the Harvey Norman replay, they are under immense pressure. 10 outfield players in their own box, and it breaks. And Mikael Docker, he had the pace and the composure to go around Thomas, and he tucks it away to give them the breathing space. They were under so much pressure. They've cleared 3 off their own line. And just like a scorpion, there's a sting in the tail, and look what it means to Mark Jackson and his coaching staff. He celebrates his young daughter, who's 10 years...
Well, after all the action down the right-hand side in the first 10 minutes or so, there's been very little in the second. Now, Ben Abraham thought about whistling there, but then decided to let play on. Strata doing what he does best. Linking up play again. This is promising for Auckland FC. Isuzu Mai! What a strike from Mai! What an eye-catching goal from the Uruguayan to put Auckland FC in front. You used to lash them in with your left foot, Tom Doyle. What about that one?
Oh, that was out of this world. And I mean, if you needed an injection into the crowd, you should hear it down here. It's what the people came to see. More goals, and what a goal to have. That was incredible.
Absolutely cracking strike from Guillermo Mai, just inside the post. Patrick Beach was at full stretch but couldn't haul it in. 4th goal of the season. Towards the near post, flick towards the back, and then the shot for a crowd of bodies, saved by Beach, and lashed into the roof of the net by Nando Pinecker.
Pinecker with an absolute wonder strike. He's hit that through bodies. Has to take a little touch out of his feet, and then it's just a case, hit the target on the wrist.
Left-footed strikes, the order of the day, Tom Doyle. You'll love that.
Oh, who doesn't? Centre back as well. That's what dreams are made of. Auckland City really seem to have taken charge of the game now, and they're getting more opportunities and thankfully taking them.
Yeah, Gygos had his eyes light up. He thought his first A-League men's goal had arrived. Instead, it is Nando Pinecker with his 3rd. He hardly scored at all during his time in Ireland, but across the head of the save. Corner results. Delivery is good again. It's back to round it in 3. And this time Max Mata will score his first A-League men's goal. Denied 30 seconds ago. Not this time. He pokes it in from close range. And this game has been turned on its head.
The ball drops to his feet, and it's a lovely little tap, and there's nothing better for a centre forward than getting a nice little tap in from inside the 6-yard box. I'm really pleased with him. He's deserved that with his performance today so far.
Well, Melbourne City are complaining, I think, about interference on Patrick Beach. That seems to be the gist of their protestations. Ben Abraham is not having any of it. And
ability to, and there's a slip by Raw defender, but his teammate at the other end, he was quickly back to his feet, and the ball over the top might find Ben Halloran here. Devonish Mears retreating, and it's an easy finish in the end for Ben Halloran, who gives Brisbane Roar their rewards for some pretty good play in the early stages here in Allianz. 1-0 to the A-League's bottom club after 15 minutes.
Harvey Norman replay, we'll see it's a straight ball, straight down the middle over the top. Devonish Mears, I think, gets it all wrong. He's out covering and he just decides to drop rather than come out. If he steps forward, he may get there, but Ben Halloran has the easiest of tasks. Just runs onto it, just dinks it over the goalkeeper. 1-0 Brisbane. And you'd have to say, on the balance of play, they probably deserve it.
Yeah, the goalkeeper was stuck in no man's land, really. Ben Halloran with those defensive demons back to haunt them once again. Here's Burke Gilroy trying to steer the ball in behind. They had plenty of runners there, Brisbane as well, still do. Little flick with the outside of the boot for Halloran. Here's Jay O'Shea, had time to bring it down. It's 2, and that is a thumping finish. And welcome back to Brisbane Roar, Henry Hoare. Wow.
Sydney looked very lethargic. Great play on the Harvey Norman replay, and it's just hung up to the back area. Jay O'Shea, neat little chest down and quick touch, and Henry Hoare with its swivel and finish to put his team 2 up. Nothing Devonish Mears could do about that, but that's great play from Brisbane Roar.
Well, what was that I was saying at the start of the game? This being the A-League, anything can and often does happen. Who would have predicted this? Senna. Bit of space here for Joe Lolly. Gets the cross and it's not bad. Joel King waiting, scores! Sydney get one back. They barely threatened prior to that moment, but thanks to their left fullback and some trickery from who else but Joe Lolly on the right.
Sydney FC going forward, but on the Harvey Norman replay, always do well to get the ball to this man. Onto the right foot, look at that. For a beautiful ball, Gilroy gets it all wrong. Joel King, who has been targeted by Brisbane at the other end, is there on hand, a good first touch. Good reactions to just kill the ball and then prod it under the on-rushing Macklin Freak. They haven't been particularly...
Give you a moment to ponder that. Here's Jelacic, who slips it through. Halloran squares it up, easy as you like, for Adam Zimmerino, who has his second goal in Brisbane Roar colours, and Brisbane have their 2-goal cushion back with 5 minutes of the first half to play.
Too sure, are they? Here we have a look on the Harvey Norman replay. Yeah, that's fine. Look at the timing of the run, perfect. Good ball across, and it's the simple tap in. And Sydney FC have been carved open again. Well, down that right-hand side for Brisbane again. Lovely timed run, and this time the ball is played for Halloran in behind, and the reward is a goal. Beautiful play from Brisbane Roar.
And just a little... Egan Jelacic carefully placing the ball for the corner. Hearing Wellington and Ability about to make their move, back of the pack. And there is Lucas Harrington to volley home his first A-League goal. And the 17-year-old has surely won the points for Brisbane Roar. And their long, long wait for a victory looks like it's going to end here at Allianz this afternoon.
Young man, as the ball comes over past everyone else on the Harvey Norman replay, and he just volleys it straight in, loses his marker at the back post, goes one way then the other. Devon Schmears can't keep it out, it comes too quickly. And don't adjust your sets. That is 4 to Brisbane, 1. Well, it's been a great performance today, there's no bones about that.
There's Quintal. There's one back for Sydney. Maybe a glimmer of hope. It's his first goal in the A-League men's. Something out of nothing. And maybe, just maybe, scoring late goals.
Well, on the Harvey Norman replay, we've seen him get off a couple of strikes from around these areas already today. This one on the right foot, buries it, makes no mistake there, giving Macklin Freak no chance, and it's quick. Let's get the ball and get back. Now there is a glimmer of hope.
Lolly puts the cross in. Courtney Perkins in the back post, 4-3. Well, he's had a couple of sighters, Jordan Courtney Perkins. And could the great comeback be on for Sydney? Jangling now.
They are jangling indeed. The Harvey Norman replay. Joe Lolly, it's an intelligent ball. He knows Jordan Courtney Perkins has got the size on that side. And he just hangs it up to the back post and says, attack it, go on. And he had a couple of siders earlier. This time he gets up strong over the just introduced Jack Hingett to put it away. And now the nerves will be ringing for Brisbane.
And then yesterday in training it was decided that Ethan Cox would start in goal and that Max Vartuli would be on the bench until Vartuli badly dislocated his finger in training. That's a great ball and a good touch from Teague, and it's a great finish. Ryan Teague, cool as you like, with the run from midfield into the box, one touch, lifting it over Cox. And Melbourne Victory looking to continue their excellent run in the original rivalry match, have an early lead here.
Well, starts the attack from deep, which is where he's done some of his best work. And the Harvey Norman replay, this fine player has finished off a sweeping move with a fine touch. He's got a beautiful left foot on him, but he starts his attack and then just makes the forward run, relying on his teammates to provide the necessary linkage until then. And they find him. Edge of the box, and he just loops the ball over Ethan Cox to give Victory the lead. It's a great goal.
He has played higher up the pitch this season. Kikianis, that's a good ball. Mork's run is brilliant, and so is the finish. And Stephen Mork is still the only Adelaide player to have scored against Melbourne Victory. But importantly, he's done it again. All square. Half an hour gone at Cooper's.
Breaker's done its trick. Because out of that drinks break, Adelaide have rediscovered themselves. And from this position of settled possession that they were able to maintain, Stephen Mork just busts Victory wide open with a beautiful run out of midfield. Must have been a lack of communication from the Victory defenders. And once he's in behind and swings that right boot towards goal, Jack Duncan is in big trouble, and so is Victory, and the score is back level, and the game has turned on the drinks break.
Certainly efforts at goal. Now Parias looks up, crosses, it's a good ball, oh, it's an own goal! And in the shadows of half-time, Adelaide have come from behind to lead by 2-1. And Dylan Parias gets the reward for his industry up and down this right flank in the first half.
Well, heaps of space for Parias, who instead of taking on Boss this time, just looks to centre it to the Predator. Archie Goodwin, and on the Harvey Norman replay, it's just a calamitous error between Hamill and Miranda. It beats the first post positioning of Miranda, and as Hamill goes to clear, all he can do is bounce it off the flat-out body of Miranda at the near post to give Adelaide the lead, right on the edge of half-time.
Midway through the second half. Miranda. Good switch. Arzani. Arzani's cross is not a bad ball. Back post. Oh, great header. And Santos. Well, if ever there was a way to plant yourself in the heart of Melbourne Victory fans.
Well, he had a great chance earlier, which he completely mucked up. The Harvey Norman replay shows a really dangerous pass. Excellent from Arzani. Virgos takes the initial defender away, and it takes something quite superhuman from there. All he's missing is the cape, but Superman arrives on the back post, and at the Vidmar end of the ground, with a very healthy collection of Victory travelling fans are amassed. That is the way to leapfrog yourself into cult hero status.
As Mashash does rejoin the fray. Barnett looks up the switch. Brilliant. Misread by Santos. Clough for De Cooley. They're in behind them here, Adelaide. The cutback, it's brilliant. They're queuing up, and it's in. Barely 2 minutes after conceding the equaliser, and it's the hometown boy, Ethan Aleague.
On a massive night. So much can go wrong at that point. De Cooley stays onside. And as Reds players converge on the cutback from Yaya, Ethan Aleague, with eyes the size of satellite dishes, says, "This one's mine." And in she goes. Adelaide edge clear in this colossal contest at Coopers.
Well, Duncan Mayfield, he had it covered as he headed to his left before.
Well, the game has really come back to life. We had the delay as Liam Rose was treated and then subbed out, but both teams seem switched on here. And Jedru is running amok down the right flank. He cuts it back again. Holman! And MacArthur do take the lead. It had been coming. Jedru put it on a platter. And Jake Holman makes it MacArthur 1, Wellington 0.
Well, it's at least the third time on the Harvey Norman replay this evening that Luke Bratton has hit the ball with his right foot outside Kelly Heald at left fullback for Jedru. This is not a fair contest. Drew's away, and he makes it count on this occasion. A more purposeful cutback this. Again, no Wellington players within cooey as Jake Holman tries to pick his spot, but he hits it wide enough of the other Kelly Heald to make it 1 for MacArthur.
Well, Holman very much the beneficiary. Barbarouses. Great little flick on Nagasawa! There it is! Phoenix level, and it is a first A-League goal for Kazuki Nagasawa.
Well, as many times as you see it in football, you still can't believe it. Harvey Norman replay. Rattray, one of their best tonight in a small field. To Barbarouses, clearly their best this season. To Nagasawa, who struggled tonight, but it's a really good finish in the end. Credit where it's due. Ishige with the instinctive back heel. And it's a really strong finish, and MacArthur stung. Have been in the dock. Now
from the most unlikely of positions. History beckons for Costa Barbarouses. Barbarouses scores. The A-League's newest centurion puts the Wellington Phoenix in front. History for the future and a priceless lead for the now.
Wellington's saviour from games past emerges again here this evening. Played a role in their first goal,
scores their second. They're in front somehow. And Wellington hanging their collective heads. How did they get themselves into this mess?